It's headlines and fun, true crime tales and a wild rerun. Bits of news to brighten your day in the latest, wackiest, petty expressway. Scandals, gators, space coast too, crimes that baffle and headlines askew. When the world gets dark, we bring the cheer. Newsy nuggets, the good, the grim, the weird is here.
Well, it's looking all the guilty in the deadly dentist case. Colorado dentist lover reveals a staggering 4,000 texts in just 18 days during the, well, Red Rum trial. So this would be Karin Cain, the Texas orthodontist who did not realize that James Craig was still currently and fully married when she was in a relationship with him. Though you'd think a simple Google, you know, check. Like, does anyone not Google check the people they're talking about? I mean, I don't because I'm not in the dating scene, but if I was, oh, the curiosity I would have. The lover of a Colorado dentist on trial for allegedly murdering his wife methodically by poisoning her protein shakes took the stand Tuesday, sharing the details of their emotional affair. Ma'am, you went to visit him twice in Colorado. You're telling me you remain pure like Elena and James or Lori and Chad Dorkbell and waited until you were going to wait till you took your vows? Because I'm gonna call facts not in evidence, and yeah, sure, Jan. That being said, Dr. Karin Cain, a Texas orthodontist who took the stand in the Aurora trial of Dr. James Craig, 47. Now, Craig is charged with the first-degree murder in March 2023 of his wife, 43-year-old Angela Craig. Now, her cause of death was determined to be lethal doses of cyanide and the chemical that is found in Visine. So this is not the first time we've seen Visine cases. Apparently, that is the new, I guess, poison of choice for people in at the turn of the new millennia. Now, Cain testified that she had met Craig at a dental conference in Las Vegas, February 2023. So it just breaks my heart that this man got dangled with, possibly having an emotional affair, not even an established, side chick. And he is going to try to unalive his wife. It makes no sense to me. Now, at the time, she had just finalized her divorce after 27 years of marriage and was adjusting to life as a single mother of 2 adult children. This was the first man I had a one-on-one conversation with in 30 years. I think she means other than her husband, but I mean, if she hasn't had a single conversation with her former husband, that might be why they had a divorce. That being said, I'm just being a pedantic jackass. Now, the two struck up a conversation while waiting for a shuttle to a conference dinner. He was honest and vulnerable, King recalled, describing how Craig shared information about his children and his divorce, which wasn't really there because he was still, in theory, in a loving marriage with his wife. Now, Craig, at the time of the meeting with Cain in February 2023, was not divorced. Shock horror. The horror. Now, she said that his sincerity made her relax, and the two shared dinners 2 times during the conference. Cain testified that their relationship quickly turned physical. Ooh. Though she insisted that there was no sexual activity. Sure, Jan. Sure. It was deep frictional rubbing like, uh, Chad Dorkbell and Lori. Of course, you guys. Now, there is another kind of shock to this that James Craig is also LDS. I don't know if Karin Cain is LDS, but this might be where we're getting this kind of unwillingness to admit the dead ass obvious because like any man's gonna unalive his wife for a handy, and I don't mean to put it that graphically, but let's be real, y'all. Yeah, sure, you guys just went to second base and he was like, I shall avenge you and marry you. Again, let's not treat the audience like we're stupid. We made out, she said. Again, sure, Jan. Now, afterwards, she pulled back, feeling that things were moving too fast. I told him I couldn't sleep with anyone unless he was my forever person. Again, you know, honest to goodness, I'm joking about this woman, but it had to suck to be pulled into this kind of redonkulous trial with a man that lied to you about just about everything. And then, to be used as a catalyst for, taking the life of a person you never knew. I'm sure she is dealing with a lot of guilt and regret. So, as much as I, joke and stuff, I I do feel like this would be a terrible thing to have to do. So, I do have a heart. It's in a jar somewhere, and I'll find it when I get my closet done. Uh, so now Craig told her that her boundaries were reasonable. Now, despite the pause, Kane said that they texted and called incessantly. The pair exchanged over 4,000 text messages in just 18 days. He said things that made me feel great, Kane admitted. The three days into their blossoming relationship, Craig told her that he loved her. I've fallen in love with you so deeply that the list of attributes has become endless, he said. She said that his messages were often spiritual and they spoke on the phone. She heard him praying over his children. Okay. Yes, he's a good man. As In Vogue would say, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, indeed. Now, Kane did admit that some of their texts might have gotten a little smexy. Ooh. Oh, I need to see them text. If we get some more Mormon prawn, I am here for it. He said, I know I can be all right without you, but I don't want to be, Kane recalled. I'm going to try to get through this day without being too turned on the whole time. Ew, dentist with a boner doing your teeth. Ugh. And I only worry about like seeing, their eyelashes too close. There you go. I'm yeah, some of the text maybe became text or sexting. Now, in late February, Craig texted, Soñar conmigo, my eternal love. May heaven let us blossom forever together. Again, when you're cheating on your wife, I don't know that heaven has anything to do with it. Kane said that the relationship felt right, saying she believed that James and Angela Craig were separated and close to finalizing a divorce. She said she believed James was living separately in an apartment. On February 28th, Craig complained Angela was upset after spotting a restaurant charge big enough to cover two people. He texted, I don't think she understands what it means getting divorced. Kane became worried over the relationship, texting Craig, maybe she's not on the same page as you. This is scary. I don't want to be part of breaking up a marriage, she wrote. Craig replied, I didn't tell her anything about you. When prosecutors asked if she saw any red flags in early 2023, Cain answered, no, not even in the days or weeks after. Now I do, but at the time I missed them all. She shared her excitement with friends but kept the romance hidden from her children. Cain frequently texted poetic love notes and confessed to past infidelities as mistakes. Now, again, you guys remember, while he's sending her these love bomb texts, this orthodontist, he is also telling his wife, I love you, let's cuddle, I miss you. So, this is just the human equivalent of dumpster water behavior. He also told Kane, I could see myself marrying you. And she replied, I could see myself saying yes. Now, Kane and Craig maintained a long distance texting relationship until Kane made plans to visit him in March. She ended up postponing her flight due to Angela being sick. Kane's flight was rescheduled for March 16th through the 21st, or to the 20th. Now, Kane texted Kane on March 6th that Angela thought that he had drugged her. I would never drug you, he wrote, just for the record. Again, that would be what we call a rojo flag, a red flag. Now, Karin said that she wholeheartedly believed him and said that Craig told her that Angela was having ideation and mental health issues and had tried to attempt before. On March 15th, Craig told her via text, "Crash, intubated, no brain activities." Cain replied, "No words, I love you." Now, that same day, Craig asked if she could still visit and sent a covert plan for her to attend the funeral without his children knowing. Just before midnight, he texted, "Worst case scenario, what if they decide that I helped her?" Now, Cain reassured him, "You were both at work, you were at work both times she went to the ER." Now, Cain flew to Colorado on March 16th, and she and Craig hiked, dined at a sushi spot, and spent the night together while his wife was in the hospital dying. Classy. So, again, this is just the end grossness. Now, Cain, they did, stay out the night the next day. He left to pick out burial plots while she stayed behind. They met again for dinner, and he stayed at her hotel. At 2 a.m., March 19th, police knocked on the door and arrested Craig. "I told them they're divorcing," Cain testified. In April, Craig sent her handwritten love letters from jail. "Karin, you've ruined me. You've ruined me in all the best ways," he wrote. Another said, "I die a new death every day I can't be near you." Cain initially burned the two of the letters, but then she turned the rest over to this state. She wrote in one final reply, "Do not write me anymore." On cross-examination, defense attorney David Moses pressed Cain on what she didn't know. She said she had no idea that Craig was still living with his wife, texting other women, or had hired a lady of the evening in Las Vegas. "But he knew," Moses said. Cain replied, "Yes." "It was infatuation," the defense asked. "It felt exciting like a high school girl. I felt like I was in love." Prosecutors closed by mentioning Craig's lies about still being married, still living at home, hiring a schmustitute during an initial business, Las Vegas conference. Yeah, a whole lot of what the defendant told me wasn't true. So there you go. Definitely not a good guy. And it goes to, show another relationship that Craig had where, he was trying to find a sugar baby. It's just really, really gross. This man is all the gross.